Good afternoon everyone and welcome to this replay by KillerYoranTheHedgehog in his M41 Bulldog. I got sent this replay and I was really impressed with the result he managed to get out of this little tank in this tier 9 match. So let's see what he does. So at the start he goes up this hill to get the first spots off. That's always important, and he pretty much spots the whole of the enemy team. So that's a good result. Dodging arty obviously, and then going back down. It's always important to not stay in one position for too long, especially in a light tank, because you're easy fodder for everyone. He gets spotted here by the VK on the right and is lucky to dodge a couple of shots fired at him, but he manages to put a couple of nice shots into the enemy Bulldog, which is driving into the open and basically losing half his health. Their Panther is not doing too well, losing all of his health climbing up a hill. I mean, that's a really stupid thing to do as well if you're on this map. Unless you're a light tank or a tank with really good gun depression, don't go up the ridge lines, because you'll just be shot at and you can't actually return fire because you can't get your gun down far enough. And the Panther dies. He was still on the ridge for some reason. So at this point Yoran is reloading. He's using the autoloader, and since they nerfed the single shot gun on the Bulldog, I've been using the autoloader as well, because at the moment it's just better. But the problem I think with the autoloader is that it gets less gun depression for some reason, which is a little bit annoying. Stupid, bad game design, I guess. And here I guess Yoran was trying to see if he could get some shots on that VK in the meantime, but he doesn't seem to be moving backwards. As you can see, there's an E75 in the middle of the map, and soon Yoran will actually go and try and engage that E75, because it doesn't look like he's getting any shots on that E75 or VK from here. So yeah, he told me he was going to engage this E75 at this point. So moving back, the enemy's moving up on the cap, and then this random AMX pops up, so he can't actually go and engage the E75 at this point, because yeah, there's two tanks, and if there's one thing the Bulldog hates, is it's getting shot at by multiple tanks at once, because you really need to concentrate on one of the enemies to dodge their fire. So here he's lucky to get a 0 damage hit on this tank with no armor, which is quite impressive, and the E75 has spotted him and is moving in. But as we can see, there's a Yak Tiger 88 on the side, so soon the E75 will get distracted. But Yoran can't actually engage him at the moment because he's reloading. So he needs to stay close enough so that he can engage the E75 but not draw his attention. Because if the E75 starts engaging him now, then he can't actually do what he's going to do now, which is come up behind the E75 and just plant shot after shot into his engine deck. With 175 penetration on this gun, it's pretty tricky to engage an E75, especially from the front and sometimes the side, because for some reason the side ding 175mm shots a lot. But then again, this tank is quite tall, so that decreases the angle of the side of the E75 as well when you're next to him. So yeah, that was some really good shooting. 1500 damage on an E75, so yeah, that being a tier 9, that did give him a lot of credits as well. He was going to engage this 112, but as you can see, the 112 is not a stupid player. He's actually blue, so he turns around immediately to focus on Yoran, so Yoran can't actually engage him at this point in time. So what he does is he goes somewhere else and see if he can engage these guys, but they are spotting him as well. So again he goes, and this is a skill as well you really can use in your light tank, is just if you see the enemy focusing on you, just go away. Come back later, because soon enough they'll be occupied again, like this 112 is, and then you can put shots into their rear without them knowing it. So he managed to put a couple of shots into that 112, and I was actually quite surprised by the turret rotation speed of this heavy tank. I didn't expect it to be able to keep up with a light tank that was trying to go around him, but apparently it can. So yeah, and Yoran gets shot by the arty. There's a bug in the replay because at this point he is actually tracked. So he will get tracked later on again, and again it won't show that on the model or the HUD for some reason. So yeah, keep that in mind. So it's time to go again. There's a Panther and a T-34 there. Don't want to engage those, especially not on 300 health, because you'll just die. Some power sliding here, and he spots the arty. And the arty actually doesn't spot him, so... But since he's reloading, he can't actually engage the arty at this point, so he's just waiting to get despotted, and then moving up again. His reload is full again, so... let's engage some more targets. Already 2,600 damage in this tier 7 light tank, so really good results. He's using a lot of auto aim this replay. He told me that he was feeling a bit lazy, but I think when moving, auto aim is a really good thing to use, because for some reason it tends to hit targets more than manual aim, to be honest, especially if you don't rotate your turret as well. So I think it's a good thing to use auto aim, especially in light and medium tanks if you're on the move and you just want to take a couple of shots, some speculative shots, and hope they hit. So as you can see, 5 kills and 3,400 damage, so this is going really well. The enemy has got some tanks left. One of them is capping, and they've still got one arty, so... But the thing is, again, Yoran is reloading, so being a bit careful to not get spotted / overrun. But it doesn't look like the enemy's actually noticing him on this side of the map. So he lights up that tiger, which gets hit by arty and then shot by the friendly tiger and dies. So another tank spot killed. Good result. And there's the Super Pershing. He's actually still in the cap circle and just driving around. And here we get some serious air time, and he loses his track. Again, the replay doesn't show it, but he was tracked at this point, so he couldn't move. Yeah, you can see in chat as well. He says fuck, and then this arty just comes storming in. Luckily the shot misses, but now the arty is determined to ram him, and he manages to kill the arty just before he rams him to death. So good result again, and 6 kills and 3,800 damage. So yeah, damage is building up slowly in this replay. So there's just 2 tanks left, the Panther and the T-34. And yeah, Yoran is again reloading, but moving in to intercept them, in case they want to try and do something funny. Yeah, I haven't played the Bulldog much lately. I've been focusing mainly in the Comet. I had a bit of a bad streak in the Bulldog and thought it would be best to just leave it alone for a while and get back to it later. But seeing this replay, I really want to start playing this tank again because it's still awesome. And Yoran here finds the Panther. So putting a couple of shots in, he's at low health, but then again the Panther seems to be AFK. So 3 damage. And this is the beauty of this autoloader. You can actually do about 1,600 damage if all of your shots penetrate. The arty here randomly steals the kill, 55 HP. And Yoran is asking here why, because that was just greedy of the arty. But yeah, 5,000 damage, 1,200 on the Panther. And the arty actually apologizes for it, which is a nice change. And here the enemy arty just points out where the T-34 is. It's a bad thing to do, but then again, this T-34 is never going to win this match anymore. So yeah, 2 shots in the clip and kills the last enemy. So that's 7 kills. Obviously an ace tanker, but also a Pascucci medal, a high caliber, a Topgun, and a scout medal. So really awesome replay. I believe it was 2,300 base XP as well, which is really high, really high. So yeah, I really enjoyed this replay. If you did as well, rate it, subscribe to the channel, and if you have good replays that you want to showcase on this channel, just drop me a PM on the forums and I might include it in one of the next ones. So see you next time, and goodbye.